Welcome back to the show. This is Buffy, and when you walk past her kennel, she's usually batting around a toy and dancing all over her kennel, playing with any little bit of something she can find. The other day I saw her batting around a piece of kibble, so talk about easily entertained. She likes dogs, cats, kids, and believe it or not, she even likes car rides. But not all cats enjoy traveling, and Lisa has a few tips to help your kitty learn to like the cat carrier.
And normally cats and kittens aren't familiar and don't like their carrier. So what we suggest is when you do have a carrier, bring a carrier like this, put it in the middle of your living room or somewhere. We know how cats love boxes. Try to turn this into a fun place for your cat to play, and don't have it be always that they're going to go somewhere. So just put it out, throw some treats or the toys in there for those cats and kittens that fetch. You can throw the toys in there and have your cat just get them and bring them out to you. Also, to put familiar smelling bedding in there. If you know you're going to be taking your cat to the vet, put a towel like this out a few days before, let your cat lay on it, play on it, and then when you go to take them, put it inside the carrier so that they can take it with them. And make it more of a fun place and let them get in and out of it before you actually have to go anywhere. And if you do ever have an emergency, I'm going to demonstrate with little Buffy here how you would make a cat or kitten burrito to get your cat in the should there be an emergency. Any sort of small towel. In this case, what you do is just cover your cat, and depending, sometimes older cats you even need to cover their face, but put their legs all up in the blanket. And then cats, so that they don't know where they're going, you can put them backwards into the carrier like this, where their face is out, and put them backwards into the carrier. A lot of times if you're putting them forwards in, they see where they're going and they hiss and spit and put their arms out. So try to make it as stress-free as possible, and then hopefully when it does come time you need to take your cat or kitten to the vet, they'll go straight into their carrier for you.
That's good tips, especially the burrito. If your cat really hates to go in the carrier, kind of shielding their eyes from what's coming up next really does help. I've done that with my kitty a few times as well. Now, you have the tips that you need to get your cat in the carrier. Hopefully your next trip to the vet will be a little more enjoyable. And speaking of trips to the vet, the Arizona Humane Society's veterinary clinic on 15th Avenue in Dobbins will be offering free cat wellness exams. It's throughout the month of June. You can call the number right there on your screen to schedule an appointment. Now, with over 180 dog breeds, finding the right dog to fit your lifestyle can be difficult. So every week we feature a particular breed, and today, Perry, we're featuring the Cocker Spaniel.
Right, Ashley, this is a doggie that the very first writings were from the 15th century. So we're talking a dog that's pretty old in breed-wise, and most likely from the country of Spain, although it really wasn't until they got to England where they really got their name. And they were bred to hunt a bird called the woodcock. So therefore, that's what their name is. They are the Cockers. And they were very, very popular dogs. In fact, to this day, they're #2 in breed in the UK. They eventually worked their way to the United States. And then we came up with the American Cocker Spaniel. So there actually are 2 of these dogs, the English Cocker Spaniel and the American. And you can see some great pictures of them there. There's just some show quality ones with the long skin. They come in all colors. They come in solids. They come in patterns. They come in every single color. The American Cocker Spaniel, a little bit shorter than the English. They have like a dome-shaped head. Like I said, a little bit shorter in stature and a shorter muzzle. So I would say here that Miss Muppet is one of the American Cocker Spaniels. They are extremely popular dogs. Like they said, they've dropped a little bit in recent years, but they're very, very well known. And of course, who could ever forget Lady and the Tramp? That beautiful lady doggie was a Cocker Spaniel with her big spaghetti strand in her mouth. So this little here is Muppet. She's a senior pet, but she gets along very, very well. She's just super trained. She walks so good on a leash. I can just see her hanging out with you on the sofa and getting up in the morning, because she's probably going to be a morning riser, and wouldn't you like to have a cup of coffee with this little cutie right here. This is a very pretty cocker. They have the very velvety ears. That's what they're known for. And big bushy coats, except Miss Moppet here had to have her shaved off, so she's got her summer coat ready for you. Come on down and check out the really pretty cocker here. Moppet.
Well, a 12-pound Maine Coon was stranded in a tree branches near the Agua Fria freeway, very busy freeway. Thankfully, the cat, now known as Treetop Tyler, was rescued by the Phoenix Fire Department and fortunately walked away from the whole ordeal unharmed. After recuperating at the Arizona Humane Society, Treetop Tyler was adopted and is now enjoying the comforts of a loving home. Not only do dogs and cats go up for adoption at our shelter, but we also get some small critters, rabbits, sometimes ferrets or gerbils. Today, Ski is hanging out with one of our adoptable guinea pigs. Tell us about Hazel Blossom, Ski.
Oh, Hazel is just too cute. She's 8 months old, and she is just loving eating her alpha hay here and getting scratched on. She's been squeaking away happy as can be. Now, guinea pigs make great pets. If your kid is asking for another pet and they've done well with their goldfish that they've called Fluffy and have been responsible with it, then maybe a guinea pig is the next step for you, because they like to be handled, they like people, they like to be very social, but yet when they're in their proper habitat, they have plenty of room to play and run, but also be protected from the hazards of the house. So make sure if you get a guinea pig that you have the time to let them out, as well as that they have the safety of their home and proper toys. They like the cardboard tubes from like paper towels to chew on. They like boxes to burrow in, and they really aren't high maintenance, so they're quiet, they're easy to clean up after, and they're a great starter pet for kids.
Well, it's almost impossible to say how Tanner survived after being hit by a car. Lisa, when our pet paramedics arrived at the scene, this 1-year-old little pup was actually lodged under the truck in really bad shape. But here he is today, well recovered and ready for a home.
Yeah, Tanner, the 1-year-old Jack Russell, we're calling him, was a little bit mangled when he first came in, but as you can see, our Second Chance Animal Trauma Hospital fixed him up. He was one of 5,800 ambulance calls last year. So AHS, Second Chance Animal Trauma Hospital, cares for the most sick and injured animals. And this guy now is ready for his forever home. 1-year-old, he is sturdy. He's going to be a hiking companion. As you can see, he's got a little bit shorter legs. He might have corgi or something in him as well. But he is just a blast. He is going to be a great one to go hiking with, jogging, anything, Tanner. He will be your great buddy.
Perfect tag-along friend. Well, when we come back, we'll introduce you to this little terrier pup and tell you the signs to look for with pets and heat exhaustion.